Hi, if you're new here, my name is Flossy Rocks.
Travelling is a step back from real life. In Australia, I used to live here. When I left, I moved to Canada.
I'm really enjoying, feeling inspired by...
Spending time with my mother and my brother was so fantastic.
I cannot wait to have one of these in my future space.
Have I glorified something that I'm not doing instead of enjoying the things that are currently in my life right now? On the days when skin can't contain us, raw to the world, an open wound hit with salt water, and anger and tragedy, it all comes in uninvited. Like the wire monkey's child, we reach towards embrace.
This is a big rip, this calm bit between two waves. The currents go in big circles, and that's where all the water returns back out.
Looking for another skin to wrap around ourselves. Sometimes it is enough, the faux fur blanket caressing the cheek, sharing warmth and softness. Breathe, darling. Life can be soft.
Aside from the horsefly. Isn't this beautiful?
And slow and delicious.
Big ocean. Big sea. Lighthouse. We are in Cape Otway National Park. Cape Otway Lighthouse? It's beautiful. And this is the free trail because the other one costs a lot of money. And I only spent money on postcards to send to my Patreons. And this little forest all reminds me of New Zealand because it's got manuka trees, or these tea tree adjacent trees. I'm not sure if they're called manuka in Australia, but it's similar to this. Until nature jerks you awake with one swift shake of a tail. Oh, there's a big guy. He's watching me too. Oh, there's a snake.
Yes, that's a venomous snake, and as close as I would ever like to get to one. Spending time with my mother and my brother was so fantastic. Going out for a kayak to see the Australian fur seals on this rookery rock was absolutely amazing. They were lively and energetic, splashing and dancing in the waves.
Honestly, our sea lions are this size. In Vancouver Island, the sea lions are that size. Yeah.
Both above and below, dancing and barking at us as we watched from a safe distance. This was a magical experience, and one I will never forget sharing with my family. We spent some really special days together, and it feels special to have time where I can connect with folks who are dear to me.
Oh, they're so pretty!
On this side of the world. I don't come down to the southern hemisphere often, so seeing family is a real rare and special treat.
Oh, that guy is so cute! That's the size of our sea lion. Yeah, that big guy. Yeah, I went swimming with him like the week before I left to come here. Slightly terrifying. I think these are all seals. Wow. So we only have the Pacific Harbour seal, and so they're about the size of these small ones. send you screenshots when I edit this. Hello everybody from Melbourne CBD. This is the current view. I've had some gorgeous sunsets. Currently at my friend's apartment. It feels like I'm just over halfway through the trip this far, and yet so much is yet to happen. Tonight, actually before we go tonight, let's go back a few steps. My partner and I have been doing a little loop tour around the state of Victoria, in Melbourne, outside of Melbourne, in Australia, and it has been lovely weather. We have had both thunderstorms and rain and lightning and hot weather. I mean, the rain has all been of 5 minutes really, and it has just been really beautiful. I've spent the last few days in Melbourne City because I used to live here almost 6 years ago now. I lived in Melbourne for 5 years, and then when I left I moved to Canada. I've got to catch up with some beautiful friends and say hello. I got to attend a local Pride festival that I remember from years ago being here, which is so joyous to see people and celebrate. And then tomorrow I'm flying to New Zealand. But before tomorrow, I'm going to see one of my favorite artists, Aurora. So my best friend and I are going to see that concert tonight, and I'm sure I will be able to share some pictures or photos with you from that. And if you haven't looked up Aurora, she is one of my favorite artists because she feels like the embodiment of a forest pixie who can sing this gorgeous elf-like Nordic influenced music. And it's just gorgeous. It takes me and transports me somewhere else. So I'm very, very excited to see her in a live concert. I've watched lots of YouTube videos and bits and pieces, but live is so different. Anyway, that's tonight, and I'm very excited. Tomorrow I fly to New Zealand, and I'm flying to New Zealand, it wasn't the original plan. My original plan when coming was to come only to Australia, but my favorite auntie, who really stepped up for me in my life when I needed support, and she is getting on, and over Christmas, New Year's was diagnosed with a brain tumor and rushed to emergency surgery, and I'm gonna go see her. My cousin called me and was like, "You're this close, just come." And the seriousness in his tone kind of scared me. And if you've ever lost really important people in your life, you know that that last opportunity to go see them and give them a hug is so critically and valuably important. So the extra cost of buying flights this last minute was horrendous, but I did it. I was like, you can't put a price on giving somebody your love and telling them that you love them. And Canada is so much further away, so I'm gonna go do that, and I'm probably gonna go see one of my other best friends in New Zealand also, because they both live in the same town, which is fantastic. So I've got 2 flights tomorrow, early morning, after a late night concert. Not the best planning, but here we are. I feel happy, joyous, excited, and ready to continue this chapter and feel resourced now, way more resourced to go back to Canada and take on the next chapter of adventures that are coming up. So I hope you are feeling excited and finding moments to breathe and relax. I really think that this trip has taught me that spacing things out is important, not saying yes to everything, and connecting and telling the people who you care about that you love them. So make sure you do a little bit of that today.
And every single time I run into your arms, I feel like my sister.
just because you change your location doesn't mean that things spin in your mind any less, or things that give you anxiety just magically go away. Have I glorified something that I'm not doing instead of enjoying the things that are currently in my life right now? I did actually make it to New Zealand. I didn't film anything more than this one clip, but spent some very, very precious time with my auntie and some dear friends. Traveling is a step back from real life to question everything. Like, why haven't I found time to focus on my specific project that I'd like to? Maybe I need more time to myself. Is there some balance that is out of whack? Do I need more energy? And how do I create it? What am I pouring my creative energy and focus into, and why? What a big question. Do I need to shift my focus?
What are you doing, sheepy? Oh my gosh. Oh dear. We saw these the other day. You're not supposed to be on that side of the fence, mister. I'm gonna creep a little bit closer to you. He's so cute. Bye. Bye, bud. Look at him. Look at that face.
Warm tea coats our inner contours, tracing our circles and curves. The nest we all call here. Sunshine warming our outer shapes. Here are the edges. At this caress of light, like hands folding in prayer, we greet each other.
Oh, that's good. Oh yeah, and it's like so hot that the thermometer is not reading. I'm going to have to move that because I'm going to try and fit 2 pizzas in there, maybe? But I don't know, actually, maybe we have to let it cool down because that last flag might look like it'll fall off. I'm going to poke it and see what happens.
Water. If a shower could freeze mid-fall and we were to step away, we could walk around empty space and study our form. And poetry. Words to wrap ourselves around.
Cook, my pretty cook.
Powerful and gentle words to nestle in.
I'm going to watch it because I'm really quite scared that that's too hot in there. That's cooking so fast. I need to take it out almost immediately.
Like mystery. Roots. Dappled. Green. Home. Poem by Maureen Sandra Kane. A pizza oven like this is absolutely on my wish list. If this wasn't $3,000, I'd probably be buying one sooner. Crossing from the Great Ocean Road to the Mornington Peninsula requires a ferry. It was so nice to be reminiscing back to the BC ferries of Vancouver Island and the Southern Gulf Islands. This time in the tropical Australian warm water oceans.
Oh yeah. But this is why we booked it. No, for the quirkiness of it. I absolutely adore this place. I've already busted out the acrylic paints and made some paintings. Like, isn't that just the coolest? It is Frida Kahlo, an homage to Frida Kahlo, this space, which is awesome, and Moroccan and Mexican elements. I love these lights. I would love to get lights like this in my future space. And down there, there's a pool. Out here, I cannot wait to have one of these in my future space. I love it. This cupboard is full of art supplies. Mermaid's tears, mace. So many cool books that I'm really enjoying. Feeling inspired by. We're here for a couple of nights. If it was winter, it would be also glorious. This beautiful wood stove. Yeah. I hope to create a space that is this full of character. Might not, it'll be colorful like this, but I'm not sure it's gonna have quite this sort of Moroccan Mexican feeling. But look at this guy. Is there some sort of movie this character is from? If you know who this character is or where this from, comment below. I really want a chair like this.
The color yellow makes me so happy. I love that my hair is yellow. I have collected many clothing items that are yellow over time, as you may have noticed. Every time I pop into a thrift store that is color-coded, I skip to the yellow section. It makes me happy. There is a sense of warmth, confidence, power, and exuberance, an openness that comes from a sense of yellow. It is the brightness of sunshine. So, every 6 to 8 weeks, generally 8 because I am quite busy, I have to re-dye my hair. This involves bleaching it a little bit to lighten my roots, as my hair is a mousy blondie brown if it's grown out. And then adding the color. I use various types of yellow dye, and in the past have even tried to dye my hair with turmeric, with interesting and mixed results. You should check out that video in the link in the top corner. It's pretty funny.
We just gotta wait for it to dry.
I'm recovering from jet lag from being back in New Zealand and getting up at 2 a.m. in the morning to catch my flight back. I'm really tired. And so I've opted not to hop in the ocean today. Would you believe it? It's beautiful. Look at these cliffs. I sent all my Patreon's postcards today. On the top 2 tiers of my Patreon from Australia, some gorgeous
postcards of the areas that I have been traveling in and some of the local wildlife and creatures, and I'm so excited for you to all get that mail in a few weeks. The tide is coming in and hopefully we'll still be able to make it around the point here. Tomorrow we'll probably go for another swim on the other side of Mornington Peninsula. This is the wild side and the other side is the inside of the Melbourne harbour side, and it's much calmer, more protected. I'm looking forward to it. I want to get out to that line where it changes colour.
Each different place I got into the ocean looked completely different. The first places in the previous videos were right behind reefs, so there were rocks and much more plant growth. Here, we have a sandy bottom, and much like sandy bottoms, not many plants grow, and the plants, in turn, provide habitat for creatures. But I loved these sea stars. The sponges, the kelps, and green algae growths. I feel weightless, lithe, and beautiful when I swim. Diving underneath the water transports you into another whole sphere where you are no longer feet on the ground, but somehow magically suspended within this element of water. Neither above nor below, but in the midst, able to propel around like a mermaid. At the airport, greeted by a familiar step van, I felt homesick. When the time came to go home, you're thinking, home? As I've said before, I have multiple homes and will continue to do so. I think that is the pleasure and joy and heartache of being slightly nomadic. You leave a little piece of your heart in every place, and sometimes at the stoop of every friend. Okay, it has been a minute since I have been in the van because I've been traveling and the van has not been started. I did not leave instructions for people to turn it on, and I probably should have. So this is the first time I'm going to try starting her in quite a number of weeks, so you're with me to see if she will turn over. Okay, battery's looking good. Here we go. Yes! Not even a blink. Oh, that's such a relief. Fuck, I love this van. Hasn't been started in ages. I left tons of these damp red things, and there's like
barely any liquid in it. So everything feels really dry in here. Fantastic. Oh, such a relief. Woohoo. Oh, yay! Still a tiny bit of snow. This road has been destroyed by snow plows. It's all rain. The little creeks are full. The snow is all gone. Hi everybody. I am trying to be the stealthiest of stealth tonight. I am going on nighttime adventure and I'm excited about it. Hopefully I can take my camera with me, film in the dark, and show you.
Thanks so much for watching. I appreciate you all tuning in every week. If you haven't already, please hit the subscribe button. It really makes a difference. And the notification bell will tell you if you don't check your subscriptions feed when I have a new video every week on a Saturday morning. A huge thank you to my Patreons. You follow my behind the scenes updates. And we have this amazing chat, which I like to post in every so often. Thanks again. I look forward to all of your comments, and I'll see you all next week. Bye.